4.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Divination Night, Season 3, Episode 1, and back like she never even left from the final episode of Season 2.
Just segue from one season and see part 2. It's like when they do like the cliffhangers, right? The cliffhangers at the end of like a really good season, and then like the first episode of like the next season is just like the catch up.
Right. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play catch up. You know, what have you been up to? What has happened to you since Divination Night last year? Because we finished up. Let's kind of time this out a little bit. We finished up in, I think, actually, your first episode. It popped up on my Facebook memories.
Did it now?
1 year ago, I advertised you being on the show.
That's wild to think that it's been a year. Like that's like when I've been looking at some of the stuff that I've had coming up on my like 1 year memories, I'm like, there was no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that it's been a year. Like that doesn't, I mean, it feels like it's been like 5 years, but it also feels like there's no way. Like I just did that.
Yeah.
Like I just had the guts to do that. Like there's no way. There's no way. Way. Yes, way.
Yeah. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Emily. Thank you all for joining. And welcome back to Divination Night, Season 3.
Yes. I'm excited.
I still can't believe we're at Season 3. I still can't.
It's we've all had like these massive journeys now where it's like now it feels like it's become more of like a routine rather than an experimentation.
Yeah.
Of like, let's just play around with this and see if this works and see if I like doing this and see if other people like me doing this, to now it's just like, I'm just going to do this and it's great if you show up and it's fine if you don't. It's whatever. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
So tell us, what has your year been like?
My year has been a roller coaster ride filled with squeals of excitement and blessings and really pushing me outside of my comfort zone. But in like the most exciting, thrilling way possible.
Yeah.
But I also cried a little bit. But that's okay. Like I kind of got off a few rides going, I am never doing that one again. Like, no, thank you. That was a bit too much for me. Like, but you know what? I really did allow myself to be pushed outside of my comfort zone, and I really like, it was kind of like a reevaluation of my worth. Kind of thing, and learning to just be more I don't want to say casual about my gifts, but like be more relaxed about what I receive, so I'm not so uptight about it. Like I've really learned to just kind of chill and just kind of let stuff come out, because I've had some of the most insanely hilarious things come out when I've been the most relaxed in a reading. And there have been some like tears of laughter, like tears of like we've been crying because we've been laughing so much in the reading because of the sheer ridiculousness of stuff that Spirit has said that was so valid. It's insane, you know, but it all ended up coming together just like, look, Nat, if you just relax for just a second. You know, like if you just breathed, you know, just took a deep breath. Look what you can do.
Yeah.
You know, I still have my moments where I'm clinging onto the side of the cliff going, no. But, you know, it's all right. It's okay. I'm learning.
No, don't take me.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not ready. Even though I have like 15 belts all strapped to like everything holding me in place. You know, I'm not going anywhere, but I still, you know, human ego.
So I have a question, and I'm going to ask everyone tonight.
Go
Anyone
for it.
listening? But they get to prepare. I'm going to put you on the spot. Um, when you, and this is something that you should already be used to by now, because I think you find it hilarious.
Yes.
What is your elevator pitch when someone asks you, what do you do?
You know, and I know where this stems from.
This is your fault.
I know this is my fault. I was like, I'm seeing the post that I put up, like literally the other day, flashing in my face.
I thought it was a good idea to ask everybody.
You know, it is. I think it's kind of fun. I think it's kind of fun, at least. So occasionally, depending on my social environment, it might come up in conversation where someone's trying to either break the ice or like, you know, like minimize an awkward situation where they're like, so what do you do for work? And I'm like, haha, well, yeah, I don't know how to answer that. I mean, honestly, I mean, you know, I kind of like skirt around it a little bit. There's like this awkward dance of like, do I say it? Should I say it? I want to say it. I really want to say it. But what if they're not okay with this? What if this causes a lot of friction between me and the person that's in the room with me right now? Right. Do I want to experience that? No. So, most of the time, I will just straight up tell somebody if they ask me, what is it that I do for work? I will tell them, I'm like, so this may or may not be surprising to hear, but I'm actually a psychic medium. And I will actually say it with confidence. And that's kind of like my insides are going, you know, like, like there's the inside of me that's like, oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what their reaction is. But most of the time people go, oh, really? Like they lean into it a little bit. They're not like, oh, they lean into it a little bit and they're curious to know more because I'm very obviously on the outside appearing not like what people would assume a psychic medium looks like, I guess.
Okay, so honestly, even though we are in a circle and we are in the business, we are in the environment, so we know, we've networked, we know others. Yes. But to the general public, like, do they really know anyone from our side? They don't. So that poses the question, if we tell them, hey, this is what we are, this is what we do, you know, they're gonna react, you know.
Yeah, there's gonna be like, there's going to be a reaction. There can't not be a reaction. Yeah, you know, it's not something that people wouldn't react to or just be like, oh, okay. Yeah, like there would have to be some kind of a say that again moment. You know, like there would have to be something along those lines. So that being said, I do take that deep breath and kind of take like that hanged man moment of looking at things from another perspective and letting go of my ego and dropping things. I mean, like, look, if you looked at this from another perspective, you're getting your name out there. Maybe somebody else in the room hears what you have to say and pulls you aside afterwards. Even if the person in front of you doesn't understand it, the person behind you might. Yeah. So it doesn't matter who I'm telling. Someone's going to listen. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And in my experience and what my mother has drilled into my head now, keep in mind, my mother, I love my mom so much and she still kind of struggles with what I do. She goes to church every single Sunday and she was taught and she has this belief that what I do is not okay. And that I shouldn't be able to do this, or that people who can do this are, you know, not of the light, so to speak. And I'm like, I'm very much not that at all. So I understand that some people are going to struggle with it, but my mother has also told me, she goes, isn't it also a truth that like we're like in the Bible that you're told not to squander your gifts? and your abilities. Like, that's the one thing that you're told not to do. If you have a gift and you have an ability, whatever it is, whether it's the gift of song, the gift of poetry, the gift of healing, the gift of sewing, the gift of baking, whatever it is, if you squander your gift, shame on you, kind of thing. So I'm like, I have this gift, I have this ability. Am I supposed to like say no thank you because the Bible says I'm not supposed to do this? Like, yeah, no. I'm going to go with the rock what you got and hope for the best kind of mentality, because I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm supposed to do this.
I don't think that we would feel right if we weren't doing what we do.
I think it's hard. Would creep up to us and we would have like real shit times. If we continue doing something we're not supposed to.
Yeah. Because if you, I don't know about. Okay, so the voices in my head.
I love that. So what I hear in my head, let me know. I sound crazy 90% of the time.
So when they tell me to do something, I do it. It's never anything bad, so it's not the bad voice.
Like, hold on, disclaimer.
Let me lay that out on the line right there.
Like, I do have boundaries, okay? Like, I do have boundaries.
Exactly. But if I don't do what I'm told to do, then something goes wrong in my life.
Seriously, if you ignore it, it's going to eat away at you, and you're going to keep hearing it. And then eventually
nothing is more annoying.
Yep.
Nothing is more annoying.
I'm trying to get my heater going, and it's always a little bit of a...
But, like... So what have you found is one of the, out of all the things that you do, what is your one thing that is your favorite part about what you do? Your favorite part about what you do?
I'm going to try not to get emotional about that answer.
Breathe.
Yeah, right. So my favorite thing about doing what I do is seeing the look on people's faces when I say something that is so seemingly mundane and random for me, but it means the entire world to someone else.
Mm.
That one memory, that one specific thing that, like, it's just the chances are mind-blowing that I would be able to pick up that one piece of information. And yes, some people might look at that and be like, wow, yeah, that's really generic. But you know what? It hit that person right in the middle of their gut and heart the second I said it. So it holds meaning for them. And I wouldn't be receiving the specific details surrounding that general statement to validate even further that it is, in fact, their loved ones on the other side. Like the immediate reaction, whether it is a burst of tears, a burst of laughter, a sigh of relief, whatever it is, because there is a infinite number of reactions that I can get from something so simple and small. And it's like, I mean, I've laughed and cried and sobbed with some of my clients too, because those memories and what I'm experiencing with them and what I'm feeling for them is just so profound that I have to I have to release some of that with them, because it's like spirit's kind of helping themselves release through me, and I'm kind of taking some of that energy too. So, it's being able to hear at the end that I helped bring some sense of relief, peace, clarity whatever it is, okay?
Yeah.
Just to know that I did something to help somebody that day. I don't think I've ever had anybody leave a session with me and go, well, I'm still just as confused as I was before I showed up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I really do. I really, like, I ask people, I'm like, if it doesn't make any sense, please let me know. You know, and that's okay if it doesn't make sense. It's perfectly fine. Don't make it make sense. Don't try to make it fit. This isn't a Cinderella moment where I'm handing you a shoe and saying, does this fit?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a Cinderella story. Okay, it either fits or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, sorry, princess, I got to move on to the next candidate.
Yeah.
And I know I love my metaphors, and that's just, you know, that's just who I am.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're right.
But it works for me. So, you know, it is just always my sincere hope that for every single client that comes through my digital doors, so to speak, that whoever comes through and whatever comes out for them makes sense for them. And it sets them back on the right track so that they actually know where they're going. Their GPS can stop saying, make a U-turn, make a U-turn, make a U-turn. And they don't know where they're supposed to make the U-turn. Okay?
Yeah.
So
we did have a comment. So a little bit of history lesson for our conversation. I don't know that last name, but Thomas
Aquinas.
Yes. A medieval Christian theologian spoke of his belief that humans had potential for natural mental abilities and they weren't evil because they were natural gifts. And he taught that some humans have a stronger connection to this mystical intuition than others, and disobeying your conscience and intuition is incredibly foolish.
It is.
We ain't no fools.
No. And, you know, some people are always ask me, you know, like, do I have guides? Do I have people that are trying to talk to me and all this stuff? And I'm like, okay, in the most simplistic form that I know every single person who is over the age of 25 will at least understand this phrase: always let your conscience be your guide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That phrase right there, always let your conscience be your guide. That little cricket, that little Jiminy Cricket, that little dude you got sitting on your shoulder that's whispering in your ear, that's telling you shouldn't do this. You know this is a mistake. Hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. You know you're doing stupid shit. And you know when your guide is telling you that you were on the right track and doing that whole cheerleader routine. Like, yeah, come on, let's go. We're doing it. Okay? That little guide that you have, that little voice in your head, who do you think that is?
Yeah.
It's not yourself. Self. Might be your higher self. Might be one of your guides talking to you. It's just whether you actually pick it up and listen.
So on that, we'll end this with, does that make sense for you? Is even part of your slogan? Absolutely. Yes, it is. So
it is. It is part of my slogan.
Thank you very much, Natalie, for being here. We are going to cut to a commercial and we will be back with our next guest for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dottie the Psychic, and I'm sure you're wondering why I'm not wearing any makeup. Well, one reason is to irritate my social media manager, Aeson Knight. Hi, Aeson. The other reason is because I like to get to the naked truth about what it means to be a neurodivergent LGBT person with psychic abilities. I've got vlogs, blogs, and podcasts and videos all related to trying to live my best life and helping witches and bitches do the same thing. So, you can check all that out and get a reading from Dottie the Psychic at DOTTIEthepsychic.com. Safe travel and much profit to you.
Do you have a cute pet? We know you do. Each week, Tracy Vann chooses from submitted photos a featured reader for her Facebook page and provides a tarot reading. Your adorable pet cat, dog, rabbit, goat, chicken, snake, or more could be her next featured reader. Visit tracyvann.com, TracyVann.com, and click Featured Reader to submit. We look forward to seeing your pet next.
Hey everybody, Lady Gwendolyn here, and I am here to tell you how to get in contact with me and a little bit about what I do. I am the High Priestess that works with shadow work to help you grow and heal. And I work with access bars, Reiki, I do power forms. I'm recently getting into crystal healing, sound therapy as well. So you can go to Lady Gwendolyn Healing, that is LadyGwendolynHealing.com. Book your appointment with me. I do in person, I do over the phone, I do over Zoom. We can do that as well. My main goal is to help you grow and heal, because I've been there, I'm still going through it, and I let my strength help guide you. See you soon.
Hey everybody, Natalie here from The Pendulum's Path. If you are in need of guidance, direction, spiritual connection, healing, or more, you have come to the right place. I have worked as a psychic and a medium for over 3 years, connecting people from all over the world with their loved ones, giving them insight and guidance into their current situations, their past healings, their blockages, and what they need to know in order for them to have a better future. It would be my absolute honor if you would come to my website at www.thependulumspath.com. Visit my shop. I have a whole bunch of crystals, oils, balms, mystery boxes, and more. And visit my services. I offer 15-minute, 30-minute, and 60-minute sessions. I also have email readings available if you're not comfortable with the one-on-one session with me, or if you just want to try me out. I encourage you to come visit me at the Pendulum's Path, and let's get you back on the right track today.
Hello, my dotlings.
Ah, yay, everybody! Dottie the Psychic is here!
Yes, Aeson, I put on my makeup well in advance.
Yes, she was prepared.
So how are we doing tonight? I didn't see too many readings earlier.
No, we just got to talking, but we don't have the tiger up. But if anybody's out there and you want a reading, just give us your birth date and we will get to that. Hello, Brenda.
Well, you want to talk about our mutual project?
Sure.
So, Gwen is helping me out with Metro Valley Pagan Pride. We got the whole pagan community coming on board.
Yes. So this is what Dottie is up to.
It's a huge project, but like, here's the thing. I'm just the responsible adult who got stuck with the paperwork. This is actually one of those things, like, we've got a bunch of little committees and everybody kind of reported. Like right now, I think we've got one, Paula and Robin are doing like a death and dying positivity, like death positivity. Oh, we got 2 of them, Brittany and Sherry.
Great. We'll get to them, and get to you guys in a minute. Sorry.
Let's see, we've got a disability group started for Pagan Pride. And basically, this is not just an event. We do have an event September 16th, September 16th, Valley Park in Hurricane is the event. So Paula from the Barefoot Gypsy is taking care of merchants. So if you're interested in a vending, get a hold of her. If you're interested in classes, get a hold of our very own Shannon.
That's right.
And we've got a bunch of committees. So that's one aspect, is the event. The other aspect is actually the incorporation, which is a much bigger thing. It is a community outreach. We've got, like I said, we've got death and dying. we're trying to get a children's committee together so that we can do something like, children's activities like scouts or 4-H would be, except for that it would be
for pagan children.
Yeah. And, if you'd like to see more, then come be a part of it. Diaz. Sorry. Shannon Diaz.
Yes.
Girl, I don't introduce people's names.
Okay. No, a lot of new and exciting things happening this year, with the community opening up and growing more, and people actually stepping up and saying, I'll take part, I'll do something, because that's what we need. More people willing to put in the work.
That is always a hard thing. And Gwen, I want to thank you, because I know that this is something that you've been working on for a long time, getting Central Pagan Pride up. And it's important.
I started 2018, when it was Morgantown Pagan Pride. I started helping plan there, and then whenever they were done, they said they had enough. It was handed over to me, and Beth and I just kind of went and did our own thing, and we're 3 years into it now, and we have we do the award. So I want to do a quick plug for that real quick. We are accepting nominations for Shop of the Year, Pagan of the Year, Artist of the Year. If you would like to submit your artwork for the logo, because we change our logo every year. And so that would be for the Artist of the Year. And new this year is going to be Influencer of the Year. So that would be podcasters. Hello. Podcasters, video makers. Who do you go to in your social media? Who do you read? Who influences you the most? And so I get really excited whenever I talk about that one. But if you have any, reach out to us at Rowan Temple of Light or my page at Lady Gwendolyn, and we'll get those nominations in. We are also looking for May Royalty. This is non-gender specified, so it's open to everybody. So, all right, now let's get back to the new and exciting Metro Valley Pagan Pride.
Metro Valley Pagan Pride is a little bit different than the rest of the prides. It's a lot more close.
Yes.
It's closer to the same way that queer pride has been done, the LGBT pride has been done, than a lot of the other pagan prides. Like, we've got a suicide prevention class already signed up. That's actually my uncle's doing that through the extension agency. So we're getting attention from the entire pagan community, not just our local pagan community. And that's kind of what we want. We've already got at least 4 or 5 classes signed up. We've got a huge pavilion. I'm looking for people who are willing to run a kitchen, because we have an industrial kitchen for this thing, and we had to rent it when we got the space anyway, so I plan to putting on use. But this is it's going to be a massive community project, so we need the community to participate, because we're going to get the paperwork done. I'm more than willing to do the paperwork bit, but we've also got, one of the big projects that we got started today that we've been talking about since the beginning was starting a database for friendly mental health care providers, people who are friendly with mental, because especially as a pagan, we still have mental health issues that need to be addressed, but your choices are to go to it's always a crapshoot when you go to get therapy, whether that therapist is going to look at you like you're nuts.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. Like, whereas a friendly one is going to at least understand your personal practice, you know, or at least kind of accept that. So that's one of the things we've started. Right now we've got 3 contacts. I've got a group putting together a questionnaire for that. We've got a questionnaire started for clergy. And especially if you're willing to sit with dying people, go into hospice situations, or perform memorials, dealing with the bereaved, things like that, death and dying, but also, you know, marriage and blessings for children, things like that. So we're looking for people who've got the chutzpah to really make this work. It's time to come out of the closet, folks.
Yeah.
And remember, that's broom, not vroom. I didn't come up with that line.
So the theme for Metro Valley this year is what?
Broom, not vroom. Let me tell you why. So, do you remember? Okay, so this event was actually inherited. It originally was Colin's event. If y'all remember Colin, he put on Charleston area Pagan Pride, and he passed away, and his event got canceled. So our community's hungry for that event because he God love him. Just God love him.
Colin was in here for he was a part of Divination Night in the early stages. He would come on. So
he was a great guy. He had a great point to make. The community does need to come out of the room closet and get together, but he didn't always get his paperwork done. So we had protesters at that first one, and I filmed all the protesters, and it is one of my most viewed videos. And I found out why it was so viewed was not because of the protesters, which was a lot of why our community watched it, but a lot of people, they would see Pagan and they thought it was the motorcycle club.
Yes. We had to deal with that up here whenever Pagan Pride was in Morgantown. I haven't had to deal with that at mine because I guess we just kind of set off to the side.
Out there, yeah.
But I mean, we had the issue in Morgantown in 2018 or 2019 because Mountain Fest was happening at the same time. That's why it happened to us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what, Sherry? That's exactly why we're starting this database.
Yeah.
There's no reason, and I've not had people mention the Bible to me repeatedly, but I have been uncomfortable or unwilling to discuss my spiritual experience with a psychiatrist because I'm like, I don't know that they're not going to think that's some breed of schizophrenia. Okay, yeah, so it sounds awesome. I've been going through therapy, and she keeps mentioning the Bible. I just let it go, but it kind of bothers me, and that would bother me too.
You know what? This is your therapist, and you need to speak up and say, you know, I'm happy to continue working together, but I would appreciate if we would keep the religion out of it.
Yeah. I mean, and I understand, like, here's the thing, trust is so fragile. And just because therapists are like psychics, except a little more finicky because you're relying on them. Like, I hate to say this, as psychics, sometimes people at least consider us a show, so they're not so hurt when they feel like we've not served them well. But when your therapist fails you, it feels personal because they're a professional. When the truth is, they may not be good at their job.
Yeah.
We've all had a therapist who is not good at their job. I have walked out of an office on a therapist. I'm like, I don't care if you're telling the truth or not. I don't care if maybe I do have borderline this lady told me I had borderline personality disorder. I'm like, even if I did, that was not the way to address it. And no one else has ever said that to me. So maybe you the asshole. Sometimes they the asshole.
Yeah. All right. You ready to take some?
Yes. I am ready to read.
All right. So Brittany Kittle, 42502.
Okay. Can you pull it up for me? I didn't hear what you said.
Brittany Kittle 42502.
Okay. All right, dear. We don't have a question, do we? Just
No.
going for it. All right, dear. Do you have
Yes, I
3-card
did
draw?
not specify that part. I apologize.
That don't bother me. You get what you get then. If you don't want to ask questions. I'm sorry. I'm feeling spicy tonight, y'all. I've been winding people up all day for this project, so I ain't getting out my advertising because I forgot to advertise even this. I have like several big projects. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Those are very soon. Girl, it's time to move on. You have been, I don't know, it feels like this is a feminine energy. This feels like almost like a partner. There's a severe lack of communication that has gone on long enough that you cannot pull it out. There's an established pattern. I'm sorry, honey. It's time to move on.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we're coming correct. I've got the Princess of Wands upside down for the past, happiness upside down for the current, and Eon for the future. So you're not going to find peace and happiness until you get the hell out of there. Sometimes you can only save yourself. And it's going to take work. You just got a card flip out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a crappy read, and I'm sorry, honey, but things are going to get better. It's just going to take you getting up and getting out.
And I will take Sherry. I am using the Labyrinth deck. I did unbox a new deck in the past week, the Spellcasters deck, and I love the artwork on it. I squealed. If you've seen the video, I squealed so. The Knight of Pentacles is riding a squirrel.
Nice.
Squirrel is my favorite, so it was just awesome. Okay, so Page of Junk. So this is the Page of Pentacles, Miss Sherry. This is okay. Hold on. Since it's the Labyrinth deck, I'm trying to still trying to work with it. And 8 of Cups. So these two together, I'm feeling like things are starting to progress. You got to get all of your ideas and all of your hard work together and make that progress for the future. I feel like it's more toward the home and loving your surroundings. So maybe clean out your area, sort through it, and last card I've got is the Empress. So it's taking control of your environment and yourself. So there we go.
Okay, Old Man in the Mountain. So I was reading the Thoth deck, but I'm going to do something special for you, Mr. Old Man. I have what is actually a child's story game. They are create a story card.
Oh.
And so let's take a look and see what we get.
Nice.
I attempt to shuffle these. You know, I like to keep it weird. I love to expand my divination skills. That's part of why I have so many bizarre ones. You know what I haven't done is runes. I'm actually getting ready to start working on runes on top of every other 1.5 million projects.
Luck.
It's an alphabet. I don't know how I'm going to do. I know I've got 1 or 2 of them memorized because they keep coming up.
Yeah.
So we have the cafe with hedgehogs. We have the platypus with a letter that he is ignoring. And we have a squirrel in the candy store. See, now, I find this very interesting. I think that there is sometimes procrastination pays off. I think that you definitely need to seek counsel. People you trust and know. Like, if you notice, this is a family of hedgehogs. There's nobody else. This is like, these are people you know and trust. Don't make a decision too hastily. He's holding on to his leaf, and he's taking time away from the letter so that you can make a decision that's going to bring you prosperity. But it looks like it's going to end up well. That looks like a very happy picture. That's a very happy squirrel. So your future is a very happy squirrel.
I love squirrels. All right. Last one is Emily. Do you mind doing this one?
Yeah, I'll do it. What's the forecast for my art? I'm sorry, Brittany. I hope that you figure it out. I hope this turns out all right.
It'll eventually make sense for you.
Look at the Dixie card game. I got a set to see how using them for a reading would be. That sounds interesting. I would love to do that. I love to pick up different. All right, yeah. Who was it? Where's my question? It's
Emily. One. Yeah. What's my art mojo forecast for the year?
Okay, you know what? Let's go. Nothing's oldies but goldies. Let's break out the poker cards. These are actually weaving cards. If you look, they've got holes in them for card weaving.
Oh, wow.
I have a loom. It's at the house, and I'm not at my house. But that is how you would weave with them. And you can have them turn different ways. It's actually quite a bit of a skill that I've got all the stuff to do. But again, that is one of those projects that will sit on the back burner until I retire from life. Okay. How is your art going to go? Let's take a look. 10 of spades, 2 of hearts, and the king of clubs. I would say that you're probably not going to make you rich, but you're going to be okay. I see that it will be impactful. Like when I see the clubs always have a deep emotional impact. And especially with it being a 10, the 10 is a mastery card. So there's going to be a lot of, your art's going to be important to people. It's going to make a difference if that's what you're going for. What you're going for, you're going to get in a deep way. I see that you're going to hold on to your love of it. The 2 of hearts, it's always going to be a bit of a love-hate, dear. And that's the way it is with art. It's always going to be a little love-hate. You love it, and then you feel like other people don't love it as much as you do, and it makes you doubt yourself. That happens to the best of artisans. English hard. But keep the faith, my love. Keep the faith. And it will serve you. It'll make you a better communicator. By understanding how you feel about your art, you're going to be able to tell people. You're going to help people understand themselves better. That's the one thing about the king, is that he is magnanimous. So, looks like it's going to go well. It's going to be an interesting year, honey.
I like that. All right. Anything else that you want to say before we go to commercial and switch out?
Of course, come check me out, DOTTIE, thepsychic.com, and everything there. I'm gonna try and get all of my social media on the front page at some point in the vague and not so vague or distant future. I'm hoping to get it done next month because I was gonna work on Patreon this month. But anyway, definitely come check out Metro Valley Pagan Pride. Remember that it's not just an event; it is also community outreach, which is the part that I'm most in love with. Mm-hmm. That's what I got for y'all. Safe travel and much profit to you. Much profit to you. English hard tonight, folks. I'm gonna go take it now.
Thank you, Dottie.
Welcome back, goblins! My name is Jason, and I am the host of the Esoteric Book Club, a podcast that examines titles on the magical, paranormal, the mysterious, and the strange. I release 2 episodes a month in which I review books on esoteric topics, recap news of the weird, and conduct interviews with authors, practitioners, and experiencers. The Esoteric Book Club can be found on every major podcast service or can be streamed directly from esotericbookclub.org.
Hi, I'm Tracy Van. I provide a blended reading consisting of mediumship, psychic, and tarot cards. A reading from me can cover any guidance you need from relationships with your partner or your family, spiritual, financial, any questions you may need clarity on. If you would like to book an appointment with me, check out my website, tracyvan.com. That's TracyVann.com. I have bookings from 15 to 60 minutes you may choose from. That helps if you just have a quick question, need an answer, or if you're looking for a reading in more depth, I'm here to provide the guidance and clarity for you. Let's just figure it out. Bye.
Hi, Techie Joe here. I work with Aeson Knight and some of the best psychics in West Virginia to create amazing live streams and podcasts for the Psychic Coffee Shop Network. Together, we brew up great content discussing news, events, hot topics, and more, all from a psychic perspective. On the Psychic Coffee Shop, we interview amazing authors in the metaphysical realm. Coffee and Tea combines Aeson with Tracy, Dottie, Natalie, or Lady Gwendolyn for the good and the bad of being a psychic. Shameless Self-Promotion with Dottie the Psychic talks to leading and emerging YouTubers and business owners in our community. Mountain Bears brings you the latest in LGBT news and politics. The Psychic That Plans answers the question of, well, how a psychic plans. Plus, we're live on air. We take your comments and your questions, including psychic advice questions. Check out our amazing programming, book an appointment with top psychics, and find out all the wonderful things we have to offer at PCSBnetwork.com today.
Hi, I'm Aeson Knight. I provide tarot readings covering everything from love and relationships to your life questions and your spiritual answers. And also, I provide a lot of guidance in finances and divorces and all those relationship problems. So, if you'd like to get a reading from me privately, not on air, you can feel free to do so by visiting aesonknight.com and booking your appointment. I also provide on-demand services, so if your life is a little chaotic, you can go ahead and click that call now button there on my site. Great for a quick answer question. All right, guys, back to the show. Enjoy.
Hello, and there he is in the flesh, Aeson Knight himself.
You summonsed.
Well, you know, Divination Night isn't Divination Night without kicking it off with you in the first episode. Every single season, you have been right there. So I have to say,
you know, it's called Voldemort behavior. I mean, I'm going to be working on becoming international Voldemort, you know, dealing with a few German companies and with international clientele and being very busy over at Fortuna, which is an app, or, you know, hosting a podcast, or, you know, hosting another network's podcast and appearing up there. And I don't know, walking around going, and what did you do? You know? But, you know, I'm always around. A cup of coffee, a few packs of cigarettes, and, you know, I'll show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you, Miss Gigglebox?
Doing good. I'm just excited, you know, like everybody, you know, having the 3 of you on here, it's been just wonderful. and seeing everybody and catching up, and so I didn't get to ask Dottie because we were talking about Metro Valley Pagan Pride, and she actually got a couple of readings. So now I'm gonna ask you. All right. When people ask you what you do, what do you tell them? What is your elevator pitch?
My elevator pitch is I am a psychic and I'm a master psychic and business coach. I specialize in focusing on your metaphysical life and growing that in business with a sub focus of our love and relationships with my psychic clients.
Nice. You can tell you are a seasoned psychic. I mean, that was effortless.
Of course, you need that elevator pitch. Like you need a few other things to push up there.
I have been working on mine. This is why I brought it up tonight. I've been working on mine because I do so many kind of random things. Like I'm trying to figure out how to pull them all together.
Well, and it depends on who you're talking with. And this is a professionalism thing. Who are you talking with? If I'm talking to if I am talking to a coaching client or professional, I'm in a boardroom, that type of thing. I'm a life coach focusing on business, mainly of the metaphysical industry, with over 37 years of experience in not only managing a team, but also managing things. However, I'm talking with someone that's looking for podcasts or podcast hosts. I've been running a podcast for about 15 years now. Now I'm running a network with 6 shows touching the globe of over 10,000. You've got to switch up that for what it is. That's what's called an elevator pitch, is what you say in an elevator. Well, what's the building?
Yeah.
If I'm at a pride event, then it's like I'm gay poly bear that, is the CEO of 2 companies, and a co-CEO of another up-and-coming company. It's who's your audience. You don't need to lay everything out there. Because, dear gods, have you seen my resume? My elevator speech could be a whole building. We will not get to the end of the floor.
I was gonna say, is the book available?
Not yet.
Is it on Amazon?
Not yet. Probably the Metaphysical CEO Guide, which is going to be my planner and one of the names that someone thought I should use, may be up next year. We're testing it now.
All right.
And
that's a sneak peek at what Aeson Knight is into.
That's one of the pies. That is one of the many pies, honey.
I love that you had that reaction. That was awesome.
Yeah, like that's the only thing I'm doing. Let's see. Of course, and people do not get this. I do not like being on the title of things at all. It's just not my deal. I prefer being in the shadows unless it's something directly career impacting. Okay. Like I'll go and shadow do this and shadow advise over here or shadow comment over here. Or I'll, send a message about put your makeup on, where's your business cards, treat them like your debit card. You don't leave your house without them. Why? Because I want so many other people to succeed. So because when they rise up, then I rise up.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that hearing you say that is, okay, my original high priest, that was the one thing that he always said. That and I stay true to that because that was it always stuck with me. Becoming who you are on your path is about guiding people so that they can go further than what you did.
Right.
And I have taken that to heart. So I want my priestesses and my high priest to go out there and change the world. They're my children. That's the same thing, right?
Here's an example. Okay. I, for many years, ran Beltane in a forest, got it down to small science. I could probably throw it together in no time. Then we have Central Valley popping up, and we've had the Artisan Festival pop up. We had the Yule Ball pop up. We now have Meadow. And it's just like, I don't need to be on all those damn tables.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Oh, you need technical support? Not a problem. We can provide that. Oh, you don't know how to organize vendors? Not a problem. 1 through 30, sprout them out. But, or, psychics, come to me, I want to do this professionally. Great. You need this. We're going to boot camp you for a week, and you either follow what I say or go over there and figure it out yourself, and you'll fall in the same potholes. Why? Because, and everyone's, I was in a board meeting with a group of spiritualists a couple weeks ago, and they're like, why are you teaching us how to do sales units? And I'm like, because if you don't know how many sales units you need, your business will fail. Complete your sales units for me, and you'll know exactly to the penny how many cards you got to flip this month. And are you meeting those goals or exceeding those goals? So yeah, someone called me the Godfather. I'm like, I am not the Godfather. I am very much more so. What is it? What was Scarface's name?
Al Pacino?
Yes, I'm more Al Pacino.
It's that Voldemort, isn't it?
Exactly. I own and ring that title. I've been introduced as that way in many events.
The Dawn.
And it's because I came up the hard way. That's something people don't realize is, you see this, Aeson. I came up, and we have came up through times when, I don't know, you dialed in and listened to fucking elevator music that was spiritual. And when I say spiritual, I'm talking the crap they play in the buildings that don't have good elevator music for hours while you're waiting for customer connecting. Boom, 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 boom. And then you're on the chain. And I've gotten to experience teachings that are no longer available. I've gotten to go through and see companies be destroyed and rose up and built companies and watch them grow, and then watch other companies eat them up, and then, get to sit down in that boardroom and it's like, I told you, if you've done what I told you, you'd get bought
out. Do you ever hate being right?
No. No, because I know where to place my bets at. It's like right now I'm telling every psychic out there, get your ass used to camera. Because guess what? It's video. Yeah. And I'm telling you, in 10 to 15 years, I'm going to be in holograph form.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. We've got this, we've got, tomorrow I'm on the road. Back in the day, that was fucking hell. That means I'm not working for the day. I can't do anything today. I can't have any communication. I've got clients that are going to lose their damn minds. Now, if I can book an appointment with me, no big deal. That'll be perfectly fine in the end. We'll be doing it on the road. You're going to be able to chat with me all day because I've got an app to do that. We've got, video. If, I'm already, Shannon brings up VR chat.
Right.
That's coming up. That is emerging at the technology.
I would be excited by that. If I can do readings as an avatar that I have created, I would be totally on board for that.
Right.
What did I just say? What did I just say?
I already have the avatar to do readings. It's called Second Life, baby. Come on over. I've got a table. We can sit down and do the cards. You can have a full reading there in that world. But, a long time ago, I figured I enjoy building and growing. When it gets to stagnant, I'm like, leave me alone. I'm going on to something else.
Oh, well, excuse me. On this side, I said it before you commented.
Yes, there's a 30-second lag delay. This is called the kill switch delay in case, the stream wants to kill switches because we've mentioned one of those words we're not supposed to mention.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's what Aeson's been up to, is, creating mischief wherever possible. And just building that bag. I mean, we're in a race for the Black Rose, that's extended this year for every one of you psychics to get your calendar wrote down for when you can take a breath. Yeah. Looking at it during the calendar base, you don't get a breath till the 19th.
Okay. I actually have an in-person event before then.
Yay!
Weekend.
Uh-huh.
It's the Foshnot Festival. It's an old Swiss town,
Mm-hmm.
a little Swiss village in West Virginia called Helvetia. And they do they have an effigy of Old Man Winter that they hang in the barn. And then at 10 o'clock at that night, they take him outside and set him on fire. So I am really excited to actually get to experience that. But I will be there doing readings and my energy healing. So if you happen to want to experience something, it's from 3 to 10 on February the 18th in Helvetia.
Uh-huh.
So
that will be interesting.
Yes. I'm so excited. I wanted to go for years. And this opportunity came up, and I'm like, you know what? 2023 is the year that Gwen puts herself out there. So Lady Gwendolyn is doing so much more this year. Of course, gotta up herself.
How about it, baby girl? You enjoy that. Rack up those hotel points.
There are events that I have on my schedule already that I am terrified of going to, because they're going to be bigger than anything that I've ever done before.
So,
but I'm doing it. I put out the money for it, and I've got it scheduled so that I can force myself to do this.
Right.
This is something that I need for my
going to happen. You're going to have to read for 200 people.
Mm.
You're going to have to call, your assistant to come pick your ass up and drag you to the car so you can sleep on the way home.
Yep.
Just do it. I am old, I am grumpy, and I am happy that if you want me at your event, you can come ask me to come to your event. We'll discuss how that's going to work. Otherwise, I'm going to sit very happily in my office and, talk to my Taiwanese clients, talk to my German clients, work with my English clients, teach my classes, take care of my network, take care of my Patreons. I am tired of checking in.
I know you have been out there on the road for years.
I used to travel 48 weekends a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, hon. I appreciate it.
Exactly. You're going to do damn amazing. You're great. You don't like me saying this, but you pack your cards. You make sure your cooler's got water in it. You put on, your uniform, whatever that uniform is. Let's not make yourself complicated. Put on your uniform and go to work.
Yep. Absolutely. I'm ready for it. But anyway, it was something new and excited, and I wanted to share with everybody. I'm putting myself out there even more. So if you thought Lady Gwendolyn had reached her peak, nope.
Please, honey, you're just starting Everest.
So anything you would like to share before we say goodnight and close on episode 1?
Well, let's see. This Saturday, I have an astrology class. Tickets are still open. Go to aesonknight.com to book those. We will be back tomorrow night with coffee and tea. I believe you're with me. No, Dottie.
I do believe so.
Is it you or Dottie? I can never remember because you.
I think I saw that it's on my schedule. So
awesome. So you'll be there. We will have a lovely time with that. We'll enjoy some coffee, spill some tea on some networks that have been acting up here lately.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. And, there's other things we'll be doing. Mountain Bears is Friday nights. Saturday, of course, is astrology class. Sunday is Psychic That Plans. If you're an entrepreneur living in the metaphysical world, tune into that to figure out how to deal with your schedule. Because guess what? Metaphysics, they don't have bosses. They don't have clocks. You got to figure out how to live your life in that world.
That's right.
Monday nights is, of course, always shameless promotions here on PCSP Network. And then Tuesdays is Psychic Coffee Shop, where you never know who's going to sit down with me to have coffee.
Yep. And next week on Divination Night is the last spell. So we are really excited to kick off season 3 of Divination Night. I love y'all so much. Thank you for your continuing love and support. And we'll see you tomorrow night for coffee and tea.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night, honey.